Go sit down, please. Aunt Nikki's trying to do something.
I'm sure you all have heard of the famous comedy. It's supposed to make people laugh, bring people together, or separate people, but that's not what today's is about. Today's is meant for y'all to get happy faces. So without further ado, it's time to bring in our one and only, the last for tonight, comedian, who started off making people laugh up in New York. So, let's hear a warm welcome for Nick A.
Okay.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. How's it going? Hey, man, it is so great to be in Grantville. Okay. Yeah. This is my first time, so I'm just really nervous. My brother likes comedy, and I'm wanting to try this out for him. Just want to make sure, did everyone get their caffeine pills? Because we don't drink here, and you know, alcohol loosens people up, so I figured since we're not drinking, maybe we can have some caffeine, and then we'll be loosened up. No one? Oh, that was meant for me. I was supposed to drink the caffeine. Oh, I forgot. Okay, well, we'll make it work. So, anyway, I work at a grocery store. Does anyone else work at a grocery store? No, I'm the lucky one. I get to work at a grocery store. Okay, I've got some stories for that. I've got these kids that I work with. I get to be the front end coordinator, and during the summer, you know, we're in hot Atlanta, you know, so hot. And these kids are taking buggies out all the time, and they're sweating. And I'm like, you know, I'm gonna give them some treats at the end of the night. I'm in charge, you know, get them some treats and thank them for doing such a good job. And of course, then they all love me. I'm their favorite front end coordinator. And then I got to thinking, you know, it's not so hot anymore, but I still want to give them treats. And I thought, you know what? I don't care if they don't love me anymore. I just need them to get fatter. I'm tired of being the fat one there. I want them all to be fat like me. So I'm just going to keep feeding them, and maybe they'll all get fat like me. But the one thing about working at my grocery store is we're supposed to take out customers with the buggies, you know, and they'll be saying to me things like, oh, you might want some fresh air, and or you just need a change of scenery, you know, and I go along most of the time, but mostly it's just because I'm just tired and I just want to lean on that buggy, you know, pushing it out like this. And, gives me a little chance to take a breather for a second. We had a customer one time recently, and this, I don't know how funny this is really. I mean, it kind of is funny. I mean, but she, you know, a lot of bathrooms nowadays are getting to be, you know, hands-free, so you don't have to touch the sink, you don't have to touch the dispensers or whatever. And my Publix, my store, their sinks, motion sensor, you know, so you get your soap and the water comes on by motion. And it's been this way for years. And I guess we didn't have a thing for her purse. So she stuck her purse in the sink.
Oh no.
While she was going to the bathroom, and her purse got drenched. And she comes up to the desk and she starts yelling at the manager because she did that, and her phone, and it's just like, he apologized, which is good, but I'm like, we've had these sinks for years, and really, I mean, come on, I can't even pull off the paper towel because it hits that sensor and the water comes out, you know, it's like crazy. But one time I had a customer years and years ago. She's scanning, checking her out, and she says, oh, I wonder which checking account I should use. And I'm sitting there thinking, man, I'm just wondering which credit card's not maxed out, you know, like, how am I going to pay for these, which credit card? And she's just wondering which checking account. Like, that must be nice. But and speaking of money and having some versus not having some, I had a coworker recently. say to me, I just got this new wallet, you know, and I had remembered that I had cash in my wallet, so I was gonna pay for something real quick with cash. And I never have cash, so I forgot about it. And I was like, oh yeah, I got cash, I'll pay for this. He goes, yeah, I just remembered I had some too because I got a new wallet. And I'm like, okay, why does one relate to the other? And he said, well, you know, I got this new wallet and I figured I gotta put cash in it. It's a new wallet. And I'm just like, my husband has had his wallet for like 27 years and every time you got a new, we didn't put cash in it. Like, you just don't do that. And so he's just one of those kids, you know, that has the cash and thinks he's got to put it in there just because it's a new wallet. Like, okay. But this one time I was pushing this lady out with her buggy, and I was just she was asking me how my day was going, and I said, oh, I'm just glad to be at work. I got these crazy boys at home. They drive me nuts. It's quieter and calmer at work, you know. And she's like, oh, you should savor this time because, you know, when they're gone, you're going to miss them. And I just looked at her and I said, ma'am, by the time my youngest is out of the house, I'm going to be so old I'm going to have forgotten that I had boys. So I don't know if that's going to work for me. I might not miss them too much. But yeah, I'm old. I got 4 kids. They range from 25 to 2. Then I got 15 and a 7-year-old in the middle, acting like a 17-year-old. When my youngest graduates, I will be 62. 62. I'll probably be the only mom there. The rest will be grandmas, kind of thing. And you know, we told our daughter when we got pregnant with him, 3 years ago, whatever, we said, you know, if you just would have found you a man and had your own babies, I could have stopped. You know, done helping your generation. Okay, I'm too old for this, so we're done. So he's our last help for y'all because they need help. But so my youngest 3 are boys. My oldest is the daughter, and I just got something hit me the other day with my oldest son comes in the house and he kicks off his shoes and he stinks. Like, oh my gosh, stinky feet. And it hit me. I've got like 16 more years of stinky feet. Like, oh, boys and their smells, and I've got 16 more years of this. I'm telling you, I'm too old for this. But just too old for this crazy stuff. And the baby, he's just crazy getting into everything, and they're fighting. And recently, you know, I think recently I just got a tattoo, my first one. Anyone? No one else? Yeah, just me. Yeah. I just figured, you know what? I might just have to go gangster on him. You know, don't clean your room. I'm gonna go gangster on you. You know, I can now because I have a tattoo. I can be gangster. I can be mean. It's a butterfly tattoo, but it's still a tattoo. So, you know. Anyways. And talking about going gangster, I mean, I'm already kind of doing things that are like, and this was before I got the tattoo, but I knew I was getting it. So I knew, like, I could do these things, you know. But a friend of mine had some stuff for me. She put it in her mailbox. And I had to get it at like 11 o'clock at night. Get to her mailbox, open it, get the stuff out. And I'm like, we're going to go quick before anyone sees me. This is creepy. Oh, I'm getting something out of her mailbox. Yeah, I got that good stuff. Good stuff. Got some box tops for school. Had to get them for the boys. You know, I'm just one of those crazy moms now, making sure the boys get their free casual days so they turn in their box tops. But so yeah, I get to stay home with that 2-year-old monster, and I was told that since I didn't stay home with the other 3, that he's all 3 of them wrapped into one. I get to deal with him. Taking him to the doctor. I don't know if any of you have ever taken a kid to the doctors with you when you had to go for yourself. Taking him, it's like half talking to the doctor, half talking to him. You know, yes, doctor. Oh, I have a bellyache. Stop, Max. oh no, doctor, no, my foot doesn't hurt. Max, stop touching that. You know, it's like back and forth, and it's just like, I'm telling you, I'm too old for this. But the craziness didn't start with him. The craziness started, with the other two. My daughter, who's the oldest, I don't think she did anything really crazy, but James, when he was 4, he said something, it was kind of more cute than anything, but he said, Mommy, I'm 4 now, and per the request of Big Sissy, I don't want to get older. I want to stay 4 forever. And I said, well, and it was right before his birthday, his 5th birthday. I said, well, no more birthdays then. Can't have any more birthdays. He goes, well, we could have cake, just don't put a number on it. So that was his logic thinking back then. Hey, if I just have cake and no number, I won't ever get old. But sorry, buddy, that doesn't work. And hold on a second, there was something else I want to talk about. Sam. Oh no, that's later. Okay, so anyway, so another thing that James had taught me actually, when he was little, he was about 5 and a half. A couple of different things he did. It was funny. He was 5 and a half. I'm sitting in the dining room, and working on some work. And he comes in. He goes, "Mommy, ignore me." I'm like, "Wait, what? I didn't quite hear you. What'd you say?" "Mommy, just please ignore me. I want to play. Please just ignore me." And I'm just like, because he doesn't like it when Mommy watches him play. So I just thought that was kind of cute. Just ignore me, Mom. I'm not here, but I want to play in here, but I'm not here, so just ignore me. Don't listen, don't watch or anything. He even taught me that, technology, everything's changing. Our phones, our TVs, computers, whatever. Even pretend things are changing. And this was a few years ago. He told me. Everyone knows what this means, right? What does this mean?
Telephone.
Call me, telephone, whatever. So James and I would be playing phone, and I was Bobby and he was Jimmy or something. And, "Hey, Bobby. Hey, what's going on?" And he'd talk back, Well, he's like, "No, Mommy, not that phone. I'm on the landline." He goes, "You have to use this phone, your cell phone." And just like, okay, so now pretend is advanced with technology. It's like, all right, hi, Bobby, or hey, Jimmy, it's Bobby. But the other thing I think is funny with technology is I've noticed what I do lately. Remember back in the day, you get on that landline, you get mad at someone, you slam that phone down. Number one, I realized, because I think we tried it once, we had a phone accessible to us recently, and I think I tried it with Sam back in New York, and I said, "Hey, I'm going to try you tell me what it sounds like," so I slammed the phone on it. And then I call him back, he goes, I don't know, it just sounded like you hung up, And I'm like, wow, all these years we thought slamming the phone did something, and it didn't do anything to them, it was just for us, The other thing I'm noticing that I'm doing now with technology is, I've got my talk to text function on my cell phones, and I'll be frustrated about something, but I need to use the talk to text, and I start yelling at my phone.
Oh, yeah.
Why did this happen to me? And it doesn't go all caps. Shouldn't our smartphones, know I'm yelling? So make it all caps. She's yelling, So I'm like, okay, calm down. The phone you don't need to yell at the phone. So I thought that was kind of cute. But, what? Are you, huh?
That was my joke.
That was your joke?
Mm-hmm.
No, it wasn't. That was my joke. Anyway, so I'm getting old. I mean, like I said, I'm 46, with a 2-year-old, I'm 46, I'm getting old. I've got hearing loss in this ear. I'm wearing my glasses, bifocal, so that I can see you all, okay, and then I can read my cards. So, I decided to wear these because they're more functional than my cute readers, because my readers, you all would be blurry, and I wouldn't know who I'm looking at, just whatever. But, so I'm getting old, and I'm like, with having these boys still, I'm not an empty nester. I should be. I shouldn't have to worry about this stuff. But you know what? I think I've finally decided LASIK is in my future, and a hearing aid, because I need to be able to see those report cards and hear them coming in late at night. I don't want to be that old mom, with Max coming in the house at 2 a.m. and I'm just sound asleep because I can't hear anything. I got the good ear covered up. whatever. But yeah, I'm getting old, and people are surprised when I tell them I have a 25-year-old. They're like, "No, you don't. No, you don't." Like, 46. I'm old, you know. But you know, the more I'm with this one through the year, this next school year, I think they're gonna finally be able to tell my real age, because I am gonna go gray this year. They're finally gonna say, "Oh yeah, you look like a 46-year-old. I might look like a 50-year-old. Who knows?" He's gonna make it happen. And I had this other thing happen recently. You know, I'm old, I'm fat. You know, it's nothing. I can't hide that. We had this thing at work where we could wear T-shirts. They were special United Way T-shirts, but the catch is you gotta tuck it in. You know, and I don't. My other shirt, I don't tuck in. So you know, I have to tuck it in, and you know, my husband, and he's loving, and I understand why he felt this way, but you know, granted, he's right. I tuck in a shirt. It's not very pretty. You know, you see the shape of my belly. You see how many rolls I have in my belly, up and you know, below and above my belt. and so I get it, but at the same time, I want to be cool like everyone else. I want to wear a T-shirt, you know, because that's fun. And so I just told him, I said, "Honey, listen, I don't think I'm going to surprise them when I come in wearing a tucked-in shirt. They already know I'm fat. You know, they're not going to be like, Nikki's fat. I had no idea. She's wearing a tucked-in shirt. She's fat." Now, if they were to ever see my arms, that would scare them. That would surprise them. That would definitely scare them. So that, we're going to keep that hiding for a really long time. But the other thing, I don't know if anyone's ever dealt with this or anything. You know, you're dieting and you're trying to lose weight, so you're in between sizes. That is the worst place to be. Your clothes, you're starting to, you know, you're shrinking, so your bigger clothes are starting to get too big. So then you're swimming in them. But then oh, maybe I can wear that smaller size. So you put that smaller size. Oh, I can't breathe. It's still a little bit too tight. Or you can't breathe if you sit down, you know, whatever. And it's like the other day, I thought, because that's what I'm at, right? They need to make half sizes. I'm in that smaller size, and I sit down, and I'm like, if someone pokes me in the wrong spot, I'm going to explode under the pressure. You know, like a can of Pillsbury biscuits, you know. It's like, that's how I felt. It's like, oh. So they need to make half sizes for people who are dieting, you know. Being fat has, it's been a struggle. I've had most of my life, all of my marriage, you know, get married, then I gain some weight, but then I get pregnant and gain some weight, and then after a time I lost some weight, I got pregnant again and gained some more weight, and then I lost more weight, and I got pregnant again, and then I gained the weight, and then I lost some, not a whole lot, but I still lost some. I got pregnant again. Finally figured out what's making me pregnant. I gotta stop losing weight every time, you know. But even Sam, when he was 10, and I wasn't pregnant then. I was like, James had been born by then. Max was nowhere in the picture, not even thought of. And he's like, "Mom," you know, and some of these kids with their honesty, "Mom, sometimes it just looks like you're pregnant." So, yeah, we went for a walk that day. It's like, okay, let's go. We're taking a walk. Mommy doesn't want to look pregnant when I'm not. But the other thing is, you know, with this new tattoo, I got to thinking, yeah, I really do need to lose this weight, because I don't want the kids to look at me and think, look at that fat old lady. She's trying to look cool. She's trying to be cool with it. You know, that fat old lady. Instead, if I lose the weight, I'll just be that skinny old lady trying to look cool, you know. So I still want to lose the weight. But, I mean, if you couldn't tell, I love to eat. You know, I mean, it's hard, especially, I'm glad we didn't go to a buffet tonight, because I'd be feeling even worse than I'm so full. Because, you know, you got to eat to make it worth it, you know. And we recently went to Red Lobster for our anniversary. All you can eat shrimp. Shrimp's my favorite, you know. You know, it's funny, you'd think I'd learn by now, but I made a couple of rookie mistakes. You know, I ate the biscuits Red Lobster biscuits. Come on, you can't say no to that. You know.
Happy biscuits.
Yeah. And then of course it comes with a salad. Well, salad's good. You know, lettuce and tomatoes, it's good for you. The first shrimp dish they brought out had linguine. That was probably my rookie mistake. And I didn't eat all of it. Didn't eat all of the linguine. Just most of it. You know, so I shouldn't have ate any of it, and I could have had more shrimp. You know, but oh well. Another funny thing. We were sitting there, and of course, you know, I think this happens to everybody when they're leaving, and after, especially when they've eaten so much, they're trying to get out of their booth. Especially booths are the worst, you know, and you're shimmering sideways, whatever. And he was having a hard time. He ate quite a bit. Not as I think I beat him, but he ate quite a bit. He's like, he's trying to get out of his seat, and he turns and he looks at the lady across from us, and he's like, I have to read this because I have it quoted. It's going to be hard getting out of the seat when you are done. And I looked over at her, and she was bigger than me. And she was already snug in her seat. And I'm like, oh, I better make him look hard too. So I kind of went, okay, let's go. You know, and I'm like, we got to get out of here. I think we just ruined her dinner. You know, I don't know. But I was like, I knew what he was going to say. Just not quite the right word. Maybe she looked at the husband or something. But she was already like snug in her seat. She was going to have a hard time no matter what she ate. But you know, with the boys, I learn every day that they pick up stuff from us all the time. And, you know, we live in the South when they know to grab that shoe to kill a bug. He knows, you know, even Max now, 2 years old, knows. And James, I guess when he was little, he would see a little speck of dirt, a little black speck on the floor, and he would grab his shoe. And, you know, I was like, sweetie, that was just dirt. But he's a Southern boy. What do you expect? He knows about bugs. You gotta kill the bugs, you know. So, you know you live in the South when your toddler gets the shoe out to kill a bug. He knows. And, you know, and the other thing about these insects, people keep saying that they're more afraid of us than we are of them. And you think, rightly so, we're like humongous to them. We're like dinosaur giants to them, you know. But I don't think these cockroaches are. They're stupid. That's for sure. They're stupid. Just the other day, one was on our floor in our bedroom, and it was crawling towards the changing table, and my husband had a shirt hanging outside, and it touched the floor, and it started to crawl up the shirt. I was like, no. So I grabbed my shoe that I didn't like anymore, you know, and I hit. And I was the only one, just me and Max. So I didn't have a guy. Like normally I get the guys, hey, come get this cockroach out of here. I hate these things. But I couldn't have that thing climbing up. There's no way. So I hit the bottom of the shirt and it fell and it ran towards me. And I was like, you know, and I'm killing it, you know. And I was like, my heart's pounding. Like, oh my gosh, this thing's trying to kill me. He ran right towards me. He could have ran into the bathroom. He could have ran anywhere, but he ran right towards me. And I took a picture of it, sent it to my husband. Look what just happened. My heart is pounding. And it twitched. I mean, I hit it like 4 times or something. So I'm like, oh. So I hit it again. Then it like looked really dead. But I'm like, you know what? These things are indestructible. It's going outside. I'm not throwing it in the trash. I'm not even throwing it in the... I guess I could have flushed it, but I'm just like, it's got to go outside. So, you know, we got it out with the dustpan, but I just don't get these cockroaches. So, anyway, thank you all for coming tonight. It was nice to be here with you, and